hottest station is now live for your enjoyment with host iamBranded.
No doubt. And we also got the guest of honor right now, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know his name, and y'all really want to make sure you pay respects to this man right here. We got the real Rick Ross in the building right now on Smoke A Lot Radio. Ricky was rocking.
Oh, man, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Just out here trying to climb mine. You know what I'm saying?
What's up with you?
Man, it's good. It's good. You know, doing, what I'm supposed to do, hustle, and get paid.
Yeah, I'm tired, but I wanted to thank you personally for, giving me the shine on my single on the FreewayRickyEnterprises.com. You know, you most definitely showed me love on there with the video and the new single, man. And I most definitely appreciate that.
Well, that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many times out here, man, when cats won't do nobody else a favor, you know what I'm saying, won't appear on your album, won't sign a letter of intent, letter just saying that if they get the money, I'll work with them, and it's crazy to me that it don't cost them nothing to help out, man. So anytime I can help out, you know what I'm saying, anybody, want to use the Freeway Enterprise website, you got that. I'm going to act any way I can, man. I try to answer my phone every time it rings. And that's just the way I was brought up, man. I'm from the old school, man.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. It was a good lift for me.
Yeah, I mean, not just that. I mean, you see, we put this together in no time for you being accessible, man. I appreciate it. I mean, especially because, with the VH1 thing dropping last night, about, just the dope game in general and how that blended into the hip-hop community. And, a lot of talk throughout VH1 was, it was a nice piece or whatnot. I think Ice-T, like, we kind of talked off air, too. Ice-T did pretty good. I mean, how's your overall, I'm going to just jump right into it. How'd you feel overall about the airing? I mean, of course, you was on there to kind of speak, just on some real shit that you was talking about. How do you feel overall about that whole airing on VH1 last night?
I thought it was a good piece. It was a good look. It broke down some history. I don't think that it went into the full depth of what's really going on with the dope game, because I believe now, and people might say, that I'm crazy, whatnot. I believe the dope game, I don't know if it's actually planned for them, but it's what actually happened. It was a way to suck the black entrepreneurs out of the neighborhood. And, like they said on VH1 last night, this is the high incarceration in the history of mankind. So this dope game is a new Jim Crow. This is a new way that they can enslave the young, black, and strong and intelligent. So, when I look at it now, I'm looking at it, once I found out that Ronald Reagan them is the cat that opened the floodgates to let the cocaine into this country. I have a whole new perspective about the game now. And I think, VH1 did a fair job, I mean, T couldn't do too much, and they probably didn't want him to expose too much, fearing that the government might come. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
And going through it right now with my movie and with my doctor, I'm laying it all out. I ain't holding no punches.
I mean,
yeah, that's deep.
Now go ahead, Fly.
Nah, I was gonna say that's deep. That's real. Now go ahead. Just elaborate.
Nah, and I think too. I mean, especially about how it is nowadays. Like you pretty much just kind of hit on that crucial point as far as VH1 not really airing out everything that they probably can only do what they can with. They probably got way more information than what they could really put out there or whatever. But I know some of the people that came back and hollered at me, which was one of the reasons why I reached out to you, was especially like they didn't really go too deep into like how it is nowadays, the dope game nowadays. Is there any kind of drug kingpins? I mean, we ain't gonna never say no names, of course, but that whole, because back then there was so many people that had that word, that label as a drug kingpin or whatnot. But I mean, they didn't really talk too much about how it is going on nowadays, right?
Yeah. Well, you can only imagine. I ain't really familiar with what's going on. It's illegal for me to associate with a felon. A matter of fact, they're trying to violate me right now. They're trying to.
Oh.
What books did I read?
Okay.
We going in and out.
They trying to send.
Freeway, you kind of blending in and blending out a little bit. We can't really hear you too much. I think wherever you was in the beginning, if you was wiggling, you was perfect right where you were. But now we can't really hear you though.
I think you fell all the way off.
I think he just fell all the way off. But I know he's gonna call right back. Did you get a chance to check that little documentary thing they had on
Nah, I actually didn't get a chance to watch it.
You didn't check it out? You know what? It was a dope piece, but it was so many left. Let me see. I think we got them back now.
I'm back. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you good?
Well, you know how they play games, so I'm used to that, though. Getting my phone cut off and, electricity not working and all that. So y'all better do it.
We getting it all before they put the hammer down, right? That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's
so one of the things that I done learned, man, they don't want us
trying to violate you.
Yeah. I already told them, though, I ain't got no problem going back. You know what I'm saying? Because I left a lot of good homies up in there, you know what I'm saying? And if I go back now, they really go listen to what I got to say. They're going to be like, man, you better get it from Rick right now, because when he get out, it's going to be hard to catch him.
Mm-hmm.
That people going to be tripping on him.
And how did that video come about with Hydra?
Man, he reached out to me, you know what I'm saying, like anybody else who reached out and asked me to be in their video and gave me the concept, It's only a certain kind of video that I won't go into, I'm not going to go out and promote no killing and no gang banging and no dope selling, but when it's something like that there, I'm all for it. So he called me out, man, and showed me the concept, and I listened to the song. I said, you know what, this is cool. So let me go and jump in there with nephew, you know what I'm saying, and help him get out there. Because, I already know, whenever I get in somebody's video, they usually get a lot of hits on the internet and stuff like that too. So, so I've been spreading love.
Your movie that's gonna be coming out, is it gonna basically kind of like continue from what VH1 tried to do as far as just the history of how the dope game and hip hop kind of blended itself in, or give us a little. I mean, I know you can't give us the whole deal about the movie, but is that kind of like how it's gonna go down?
Well, the movie ain't really gonna touch on hip hop. It's gonna touch on the White House. It's gonna touch on White House, how the Nicaraguan Contras, how that war in South Central, and how all this was weaved in together. We gonna touch in on that. We got so much dirt on the government. You know what I'm saying? That we gonna weave that in and show how it was a plan, or it happened. If it wasn't a plan, it happened this way, where they diabetically let this drug into our community, and then knowing that the young, smart, bright, and entrepreneurs would get a hold to it. And what that would allow them to do is to eventually incarcerate mass numbers of black men. At the same time, they make money to fight this war that they were fighting over in Nicaragua. So it's like all these different little plots going on at the same time. And then we're going to explore when the White House got caught, you know what I'm saying, for allowing the drugs to come into the country, how they played it, how they basically get slapped on the wrist. But, guys who get caught with 5 grams of cocaine go to jail for 5 years, first-time offender. And, just kind of like lay it out for them, man, and give them my mindset, when I started selling drugs, how I was thinking and how twisted my mindset was.
Right. And I was looking at that piece, man, and I was like, you know, of course, a lot of the rumors used to kind of go out there as far as, you know, the Reagan administration. They knew they was getting into some trouble when they basically had proof that these was, you know, the drugs being shipped here was literally done like through like, you know, I ain't gonna, well, fuck it, I don't care. Put it out there as far as, you know, a lot of government people knew that shit beforehand. So, you know, it was a trip to be able to see that and see a little bit of the footage or whatever as far as from some of these planes dropping these drugs down in this thing or whatever. So, you know, that was the one thing I wanted to ask you, man. When it came down to it, as far as, you know, this whole government thing, I feel like they missed a huge part of actually just continuing that whole piece about. Now, it didn't just affect the black community, even though they wanted to throw blacks out there as far as the blame. But, you know, I felt like they needed to go a little bit more further into the whole deal because it didn't just affect the blacks. It affected everybody.
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt. And see, blacks, we're only 13% of the population, you know what I'm saying, but we're 65 or 70% of the incarcerated for selling drugs. And definitely we're not the majority of the people who use nor sell drugs. We're a minority, but they concentrate on our communities to lock us up, you know, instead of concentrating there. You know, they're not going in Beverly Hills doing raids. They're not kicking any doors in Beverly Hills. So what they do is they go and get the easiest targets. And then the cops, the only thing they're doing is trying to pad their numbers, you know, and bring heads in. It don't matter if the head come from Beverly Hills, Watts, Inglewood, Philadelphia. It don't matter, you know, it's a head. So they go after the easiest targets, and it's crazy, you know, when I was in prison and I saw all these young cats, man, 18, 19, 20 years old, and I'm saying, man, if these cats was white, man, there would be cries out in the street. You know, they would be protesting, you know, this mass incarceration, the way they treat these young guys, where they throw these guys away and say that this guy can't be rehabilitated, you know. But then when it's a white guy and he gets caught with 5 or 10 grams of crack cocaine, they send him over to the state, and then the state say, oh, we can send him to a drug program for 3 months because he can be rehabilitated.
Yeah, he go to the Charlie Sheen house. He get to go kick it with Charlie Sheen. you know, they always, you know, we want to Ustream. We gonna give Charlie Sheen just $100 million, and we gonna Ustream you and give you a new show. You know, we want you to snort the powder on camera. Actually, you know, and slap you on the wrist. You know, that shit, that's amazing. You know, that don't make no sense.
Exactly.
Do you feel like, you know, again, I'm gonna go back to that piece because, you know, like I said, a lot of the people, again, that as far as the people I talked to last night and this morning, they was talking about, you know, Freeway kept it real as far as just the experience of going through all this shit throughout, as far as the whole how everything kind of developed and how everything is, you know, or was back then or whatever. I mean, do you feel like what do you feel like they left out or that they could have added? If you was really doing a production on that piece that aired last night?
Man, if I was doing it, I would have focused more on the government's involvement. I would have focused how basically they took people who had absolutely no experience in dealing with cocaine and taught them how to do it. I mean, you know, it's almost the same thing like they did in the Tuskegee test that they did, where they take a guy and they teach him how to cook the cocaine up, knowing that he's eventually going to teach 10 other people, and them 10 is going to teach 10, and this 10 is going to teach 10, and then the next thing you know, it's all over the community. So I would have touched on those grounds, just to show, you know, basically, I felt is that, like with me, I knew absolutely nothing about cocaine. But they made it to where it was readily available and the information was readily available so that anybody could learn how to do it. So now you got guys that are really not criminals, but you made them to be criminals because of the stuff that you taught them and the product that you gave them. And then once we got a hold to it, you know, and started making some money out of it, they stiffened the laws.
Right. What's that they always say about each one teach one? Like, you know, when you think about it, I mean, any kind of community, black community, white community, somebody taught somebody how to do what they needed to do to get that shit done. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, somebody did.
And now it's okay with the internet. Shit, you can type up how to cook up cocaine on Google, and the shit gonna pop up. That's because now this is okay. Now you just
hey, Fly. I swear, dude. Like during that show, and again, Rick, props on just keeping it real on that show. But I swear, Fly. Like I was doing all kinds of research on dope. And all that shit being shipped or whatever, bro, like, it's hella information when you Google shit, bro. I'm just saying, you get a lot of information, a lot.
Well, you know, I'm going to try to keep it real all the way through, you know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, I feel that if a man, you know what I'm saying, ain't going to say what he believes, then he don't have no belief no more, you know? So whenever I do something, I'm trying to keep it as real as I can, you know what I'm saying, the best of my memory. You know, sometimes your memory lapse, you know what I'm saying, because you done got old and can't remember much. But for the most part, you know, and even with the movie and with my autobiography, you know, I'm trying to keep them as real as I can, and you know, just so the kids can learn, because I believe that if they don't know where they come from, they don't know where they're going.
Mm-hmm. So with this movie coming up and with everything that's going on, I mean, when is this movie actually going to be dropping? Is it coming real soon?
No, we got a few more months. We're hoping to be filming in maybe March or April of next year. We casting right now. We just started the beginning of the casting.
Okay.
You know, I met with Will Smith, Jamie Foxx, Columbus Shore. So we trying to tie down, you know, who should play my role. We also trying to find one to play the role of Gary Webb. They show Gary in the story just a little bit. You know, Gary is the one that really made the connection with the Contras, with the CIA, and with me.
Right.
You know, because I didn't know about all that stuff. You know, until I went to prison and he got in touch with me and really put me up on it.
Yeah, well, when you most definitely win the casting, you know, I most definitely got my.
I got a guy right here, Rig, Cuzzo Fly right here. He can take that leading role in a heartbeat.
You think you can have that? Oh,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, the first requirement is that you got to be a member of FreewayEnterprise.com.
There you go.
I already did that. I mean, my profile up, baby.
Yeah. Well, you done passed the first test already.
Hey, there you go. There you go. And I'll be glad to, you know, play a recurring role as a garbage man or something like that, bro.
I'm gonna get all the information. I'm gonna come on down there when y'all cast for that, because I most definitely gotta, you know, take my shot at that there.
Are you gonna, hey Rick, are you gonna go ahead and put a flight? I think he just dropped his call or something like that. We're gonna see if we can get him back, but.
He come right back, yeah. You know, I'm gonna go
no, we got
down
him.
there.
We got him. He's on like right now. But yeah, that movie, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Go ahead, Rick. You on?
Well, we gonna have it posted on the website when we start general casting.
Okay.
They want to lock the main characters in right now, and then once we do that, then we're gonna post about the rest of the cast members.
Well, yeah, I'm most definitely gonna come down and.
The movie gonna be dope. And I ain't just saying that because it's live, but you know, I mean,
I mean, you know, and people definitely need to go check out www.freewayenterprise.com and also follow Freeway Ricky on Twitter as well. Now, with this whole thing with the show being on last night or whatever, you know, I got to keep going back to it because there's so many people that wanted questions or whatever.
But,
I mean, it's
and that
go ahead,
too, you got to touch on. I read that you going ahead with that lawsuit.
Yeah, you know, they threw it out, but I appealed it on the federal level, and then the federal judge had told me that it was a state issue, so I also hit them in the state too. So right now I got two lawsuits going on at the same time. So
that's good. Congratulations on that.
we just won a motion 2 weeks ago. They tried to get it thrown out, and the judge told them that we did have merit and that it was moving forward. So I'm hoping that we'll be getting discovery in a couple weeks, and hopefully I'll be ready to take depositions, because I just can't wait to put him up in the room, you know what I'm saying? And then the lawyer asked him, well, how did you come up with this name, you know, and then he said, I want to hear him say he invented it, right? You know what I'm saying? He just came out the sky with it.
But if you notice, he been trying to use that, change it over. That I was wondering why he was doing it, that rose, because he's trying to. But it's too. You done built your whole career. Yeah,
your whole career was behind this man that we talking to right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious.
Rose is too close too.
Hey. True that.
You know what I'm saying? That's
true that.
Go be William Roberts. Yeah, that's it. Go be William Roberts or something, or I don't care what else it is. Just don't be Rick Ross.
I mean, and you didn't put it out there plenty of time, Freeway, but just on the simple fact that, man, you didn't want it to meet the man, reach out to the man, just to kind of have a conversation and shit before it even got down to the legalities of it and stuff like that. So, you know, definitely, I know the streets know, and I know the people on the radio listening know, because I know you was on the air with us literally a few months back, kind of like saying the same thing and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I tried to compromise with the dude, and you know, just try to do the business type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And keeping the streets too. You know, even though he ain't from the streets. You know, but it just don't work with the dude. You know, he got his own mindset, and he think he can just run over, you know, whoever you want to run over and do whatever you want to do. And, you know, that just ain't gonna fly with me.
Nah, that should have just been automatic, because it's like you didn't even know you was coming home, and you come home, man, should have had a nice couple briefcases and sit down and talked about it, and, man, this is what it is, and I got you, and you should have just kept it moving, man. That's just paying homage.
You know what Eric B said? Eric B said he should have just stand at the gate with a trash bag.
Period. With a trash bag. That's all you should have backed up whatever one of them sweet Maybach things, and the trunk should have been full. Period. Thank you very much, and whatever else you need, I got you.
But you know, some people, man, they just so selfish and so. You know, the dude could have said, man, let me throw a party for you. You know what I'm saying, and come out and perform in your honor. You know, you keep the door. You know what I'm saying? You get whatever fee they want to give me for that night. You keep it. I mean, the dude ain't even had a decency to do nothing like that there, you know. So when you get somebody, it's almost respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know,
that's just forgetting about the dude that, you know, literally you stole his life and made millions off that man. That
and not even the life, the name, and the whole look. I mean, the whole image. You can't even. It's not all right. It's bad enough you done took the name of Ballet. That's what I want you to do.
And then use some of my sayings in songs.
Yep.
Man, this is what I want you to do. I want you to give me the shaved bald look, right? But I want you to keep the beard and everything full. I'm not telling you why I want this look, but this is the look I want right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to rock with it.
Hey, Bob, basically what they did was just put he just went and did like, hey, man, I want to go ahead and put here's his picture of Freeway. I want to look just like him.
Make it look just like that.
Make me look just like him.
Somebody told me
there you go.
Even real.
Somebody said what?
They told me the beard ain't real.
Hey, that motherfucker do be trimmed to a fine tune. That motherfucker be trimmed to a fine tune with no, like, nigga, my beard is rough. You know what I'm saying? My shit grow out his chin hairs and shit uneven, and even when the blade trim it up, it still only gonna rock that look for that day. You know what I'm saying? Overnight, nigga, hairs is growing wild. You know what I mean?
Ain't no question. I said, wow.
Homeboy got a Halloween beard. Oh, wow. I didn't heard it all. Shout out to the Halloween beard though, but I mean with this rap game, as far as what you see, I mean he's like a prime example. He's really Exhibit A when it comes to just this whole thing. I mean, how you feeling really when you really take a good look at this rap game? Because you know like people like Be Real, because I know he shouted you out heavy in that piece from VH1, and you know Ice-T did the narrating. I mean, how you feel in general about just everything from how it was to how it is now?
Those dudes are talking about something, man. Now they got guys talking about how much money they got, how many cars. Some dudes even took a brand new Maybach and destroyed it.
Just destroyed it for the video.
And our kids out here broke, man. And we got kids out here on these streets that's broke, man. They don't know that the black community is suffering, man. They could have started a little hamburger stand and employed 5 or 10 people in the ghetto, you know, with the money that they destroyed that Mercedes-Benz in. So, you know, when you see these cats and they carry it like that, that means that to show how untouched they are with the kids, man, and then that our kids are out here following these dudes, you know, want to wear the shoes, $200 pair of shoes, and $70 shirts, and we broke, man. Our community is broke right now, but we still living off of credit and living out this persona that we still have money, or that money is still flowing, when that ain't the case. And I think a lot of that, these rappers are going to have to, you know, bear that burden, just like, you know, I'm going to have to bear my burden for selling cocaine in our community.
I mean, and it's evident by you reaching out to your communities and other communities, trying to be able to help these kids out and shit like that. I mean, that definitely got to be commended, and people got to know that that's really part of what you do now. I mean, not just you trying to do for self, man. You out there trying to help other people too. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. I'm going all over the country, giving my time, and I believe my time is really valuable. You know, if they pay a sucker $75,000 a night, you know, to go up there and tell lies, you know, then when I go and tell the kids, you know, to be worth $200,000, and you know, I go all over the country for free, you know, and talk to these kids about what it was like, you know what I'm saying, to get in the drug business and how I got started in the drug business, because it's really important, you know, who was the first person to introduce me to drugs, because a lot of times, you know, people can't go to the root. So when you can go to the root, then you can find out, you know, what happened and when it happened, and start to come up with some answers.
I mean, looking at it, obviously, man, especially about this game right here, this hip-hop game right now, it's like, I mean, are you going to try to reach out to some folks in this, not just mainstream, but people that, you know, basically kind of like respect you, that's in the same circle that you trying to do, to be able to kind of overthrow the way that it is now to how it should be?
Absolutely, man. That's my whole plan is to overthrow the system. You know, a revolution, and you know, it all starts in the mind. And I've already taken on the mindset that it needs to be redone. We need some new players. We need some real leaders, man. Because these guys who right now, who our kids are following, these dudes ain't no leaders, man. They talking about getting drunk, smoking weed, smoking dope, all the time. That's all they talk about. And I think that it's time that we come with some substance. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine Marvin Gaye, man? Only thing he talked about was getting drunk. Never nothing about, you know, moving on up. You know what I'm saying? Let's make a change. You know, so I think it's time that some of these other guys who really have some messages get a chance to tell their story. And I'm hoping that I'm the one. And I really feel that I am. You know, that's one of the reasons that I started freewayenterprise.com, because I saw the game going to the internet. You know, they taking it out of the record label's hands, and I think they into the people's hands. People can choose, you know, which artist is hot. Because a lot of times, you know, these kids are listening to these artists, and they're thinking that these artists are rich and got all this money and doing all this stuff, and that's really not the case. You know, a lot of times they're just puppets for the record labels.
And B, on that note, I don't want to rap no more.
Hey, Rick, you got a few more minutes to stay on for another quick segment so we can kind of talk to you a little bit more?
Yeah. We'll go like another 5 or 10. And then
Okay, cool.
I had a long day, man.
No doubt. All right, we're gonna come back. And we're gonna holler at Freeway, just mainly about just some of the networks and all this, all the connects we can be able to make to kind of like help.
Thank you for listening to the #1 radio station for the people.
Nexxlegacy Radio.